Immigration raid involving rental trucks has now sparked, well, outrage from LA officials. Here it is. Okay, put it up full mass. Penske rental truck ICE raid. This is Trump's war against the worst in America, according to him. Los Angeles officials said they are considering, quote, all legal options. Doesn't sound strategic at all. You guys have to be concerned about prioritization of resources, sir. All legal options after federal agents were seen jumping out of a Penske rental truck during a controversial immigration raid. More than a dozen undocumented immigrants were arrested near a Home Depot in Westlake on Wednesday, federal officials said, in what was dubbed, quote, Operation Trojan Horse, end quote. The operation came days after a federal appeals court upheld a temporary restraining order against indiscriminate federal immigration stops and arrests in 7 Southern California counties, including Los Angeles. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass said the city is, quote, considering all legal options following the raid. She claimed it, quote, looks like the exact same thing that we were seeing before the temporary restraining order was issued. Quote, it's hard for me to believe that that raid was consistent with the court order that said you cannot racially profile. You cannot racially discriminate. The mayor said during a press conference on Wednesday, Madam Mayor, you are correct. As I've said before, Donald Trump is looking for a showdown with the courts. He's had his showdown with everyone else. He's had scrimmages with the court. He's looking for the showdown. So yes, they are in violation of that judicial order. There's more. The restraining order, the temporary one, was issued in July as part of a class action lawsuit seeking to end what it alleged were unlawful immigration stops and arrests. A federal appeals court upheld the order August 1st in what the mayor called, quote, a victory for the city of Los Angeles. A DHS spokesperson said Border Patrol agents conducted a, quote, targeted raid at the Home Depot. The operation, dubbed Trojan Horse, resulted in the arrest of 16 illegal undocumented individuals. They call them illegal aliens. No human being is illegal. From Guatemala, Mexico, Honduras, and, well, Nicaragua. The spokesperson said U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers arrested 2 women in Los Angeles who were heard saying they're U.S. citizens during the arrest. They locked up 2 whole women. I mean, hard day at the office. Another arrest made headlines this week as ICE was seen detaining a man on his way to his flight to self-deport. Here it is.
Here's a warrant.
Can I see it, please?
There you go.
Make it hard when we're asking you, get out.
We literally talked to
You're going to make it hard on yourself.
We told you, we called. But how is it difficult?
Okay.
We're here for him.
Rivera,
Please come out.
why are you covering your face? I know who you are. You are his ICE officer. I know who you are. We have his plane ticket. He's trying to self-deport. We're trying to go check in. And
I am. Hold on.
stop. Can you stop?
Hold on.
Stop.
Come out.
Stop.
I am gonna
Can
come
you
out.
stop?
Let me say goodbye to my family. Go ahead. Let me say goodbye.
Ow. You're hurting me. I'm trying to say bye to my husband. Do not push me. I will take him out. I will take him out.
Do not intervene with our arrest.
Relax.
Do not intervene.
I am pregnant. Do not touch me.
So that's to keep your distance then.
I will take him out. It's okay.
Do not intervene.
No.
They wear the mask because they understand their aversion to humanity. Police officers in your community, my community, they don't wear masks. Typically, no one at the sheriff's department will have on a mask, but they do, all of them. Now, the irony of self-deporting. Trump created a program, an app you download on your phone. I don't want that damn app on my phone. It's interesting. Anybody would want that app. But there are people who trusted this guy, downloaded the app, engaged the protocol, and decided to self-deport. This individual gets harassed, family gets harassed, and they have been communicating within the doctrine of self-deportation protocol the entire time. So a judge has blocked further construction of Alligator Alcatraz. It's just a detention center. Just amazing. We've been talking about this. So a federal judge on Thursday halted any further construction of the immigration detention center known as Alligator Alcatraz. Who the hell came up with that name? U.S. District Judge Caitlin Mary Williams granted a restraining order after 2 days of testimony about the environmental impact of the site. The state of Florida and Donald Trump, his administration, can continue to use the facility and house detainees there, but any further construction must be halted for 14 days. Let's go to Pennsylvania. An ICE detainee, was found hanging by his neck in a detention center. An immigration and customs enforcement detainee died by unaliving himself while in custody after he was found hanging by his neck in the shower room at the facility where he was being held, that's according to officials. Kaifeng Ji, a 32-year-old citizen of China, was in ICE custody, pronounced dead by the Clearfield County coroner. That was about 6 a.m. Tuesday. He was found hanging by the neck, unresponsive in the shower room of his detention pod. ICE said his death was determined to be, in fact, him unaliving himself after investigators discovered a handwritten note and no foul play was found, according to Pennsylvania State Police. Staff who discovered him immediately lowered him to the ground, began CPR, and contacted ER and medical services, state police, and the coroner's office. He had been in ICE custody for only 5 days. He was from Flushing, Queens, pleaded guilty to accessing a device issued to another who did not authorize use and conspiracy to commit the same on July 31st. That's according to ICE. He was sentenced to 6 to 12 months for each count and granted immediate release to ICE, to the ICE detainer. He was then taken into ICE custody and transported to the York ICE office for processing. That's kind of your rundown. There's a whole lot more. Unfortunately, we only have an hour and a half on the program. Dear brother, thoughts?
You know, I just don't see what is possibly gained in a civilized society to be taking families, couples, people with kids, and to be throwing them out of the country, whether they're here legal or not. I'm glad that Penske, in that example, Penske condemned the use of their truck. What's so interesting is it is actually against California state law to have human beings in the back of a truck like that. And yet the police with ICE, they seem to think that they can trample on the law because they're what? They're going to be targeting people who somehow broke the law coming into this country. Well, maybe we should be then deporting the ICE agents because they have broken the law. They've both broken the traffic laws in California. And I'm glad that Penske is condemning this. And then again, you know, the amount of money that taxpayers are shelling out for this nonsense is crazy. And here we see an example with the person who's self-deporting, the amount of money that's being spent. They were already on their way to the airport. They were already essentially making it easier on the Trump administration. It was going to be efficient for them to leave. And now because ICE grabs them and takes them to who know where and some sort of detention facility, the costs keep going up and up. This is insane. It is crazy. And it is totally un-American.
And it has nothing to do with the promises of Donald Trump. No economy dynamic. You don't have a better outlook on life. And there's no make America great again. It's make Trump halfway great.